Well, hello and welcome. We're so happy to welcome you to the Waking Up Spiritually podcast. I'm Wendy Rose Williams, and I am a past life energy healer, and I help people release energy that's no longer serving you. Examples are chronic pain, both physical and emotional, anxiety, depression, and stuck energy, just feeling like you cannot get out of second gear and are having trouble living your purpose or understanding your purpose or having the resources associated with your purpose. So we're so delighted to have you here on this special day of the solar eclipse. And I will turn the podcast over to Gregg Kirk, my wonderful co-host, to introduce himself and what we have planned for today. But welcome. So glad you're here.
Thanks, Wendy. I'm Gregg Kirk. I am a energy worker, energy healer, also help people with Lyme disease and other chronic illnesses. I have two main websites where I help people with that. One is my own website at greggkirk.com. It's spelled GREGGKIRK.com. And Lyme, Lyme, recoveryclinic.com. That's where you can go if you have Lyme disease, or if you know somebody who has Lyme disease who's having trouble. I help people with that because that was part of my story. And I'm trained in a number of protocols. I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm trained in some protocols that have been very effective, the ones that work for me. And then I also do energy healing. My personal website, I do events, online group healing circles every Sunday, and I do in-person events in the Connecticut area. Today, Wendy and I have a special broadcast. We're launching right in the middle of the North American solar eclipse of April 8th, 2024. So we decided to do this at this special time because right now the eclipse is beginning to be seen overhead in the east part of the United States where I'm in, and it's already passed over parts of Mexico. So we'll talk about that. But so that's one of the things we want to talk about today. But the second thing is we did a broadcast on March 11th, and almost everything we talked about has happened. So let me get our presentation going. And
Gregg's going to bring up a PowerPoint for those of you who are watching as well as listening. And you can also go to our website, which is wakingupspiritually.com. And that's where all the PowerPoints and the recordings are archived. So you can check us out on your favorite podcast app, but as also via the website, because that's got a search button to it, which is great to be able to look for any topic you might need.
Right. So what in the world has been going on since our last broadcast? Wendy, before we really get into it, would you like to do a clearing and blessing?
Absolutely. So I invite you to just get comfortable, and you are welcome to close your eyes unless you are driving, and then of course that would not be appropriate. But if you are somewhere where you're able to relax, so just close your eyes and let's call in the angels. Thank you, angels, for sweeping your nets up through the core of Mother Earth and through everyone's bodies and systems. Please sweep your nets through our physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional bodies, financial bodies, creative bodies, relationship bodies, romantic bodies, subtle bodies, and auras. Any body I mentioned or did not mention, as well as through all our systems, meaning our respiration, our metabolic system, our digestion and elimination, all our systems that make up our wonderful bodies. Thank you, thank you, thank you for taking with you any energy not serving us, any energy that's not ours, any energy we've outgrown, any energy that's ours in combination with someone else's. Please take it up to the light for healing now. We'd be so appreciative of that on this pivotal day and this pivotal time when Mother Earth is marvelously continuing to raise her vibration and frequency and inviting mankind to do the same. Let's do that twice more. Thank you, angels, for sweeping your nets through everyone's homes and properties, taking with you any energy not serving us, taking it up to the light for healing now. And let's, as we turn our attention and imagine and think of our yards, our properties, our land, where we live. Thank you and blessings to a beautiful, gracious, powerful Mother Earth. who is providing so much to us and who we wish to bless and be wonderful caretakers for. So let's bless the soil itself, as well as the clear air and water and the trees, the wildlife, beautiful, beautiful nature, every aspect of Mother Earth. And one more time, thank you, angels, for sweeping your nets through all of our emotions, helping take with you any energies not serving us, any emotions not serving us. Let's send them down our grounding cords at this time, inviting our higher selves to be fully in our bodies, as well as our guides, our guardian angels, the highest beings of light, to be with us, not only today for the next hour during this broadcast, but every day of our life. Would be so, so appreciative of that. Please take with you any emotions not serving us, because we're going through a time of pivotal, amazing change, and that can engender fear. Some people can feel concerned about that, and that is an understandable human emotion. But please take with you, angels, any energies, any emotions not serving us, sending them down our grounding cords so we can be fully in our bodies, feeling wonderful, refreshed, renewed, taking with you any energies not serving us, which frees us up to be able to more enjoy and have more room for the highest vibrational energies. Please have us experience those. We're powerful creators and co-creators, and we can experience peace, love, joy, gratitude, excitement, anticipation, self-confidence, whatever you can think of as those highest vibrational energies and emotions. We'd be so, so grateful to be experiencing those and to be sharing those with those around us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, so be it. You can gently, gently come fully back into your bodies now, feeling wonderful, refreshed, and renewed.
Thank you. Well, let's talk about what's been going on since our last broadcast, which was on March 11th. As we were saying in that broadcast, changes are coming. Are you ready for them? So since then, we've experienced these things. Solar storms, including a CME. That is a coronal mass ejection. And that did take place. We'll talk more about it in upcoming slides. It happened about 2 weeks after our broadcast. The next day after the CME, we had a lunar eclipse. So it was, wham, bam. Mercury went into retrograde a week after that. Then the first week of April, we started experiencing severe weather. The Schumann resonance spiked pretty high. We'll go into details about that. And then on the East Coast, a few days after that, we experienced 2 earthquakes. One that was 4.8 on the Richter scale, and then a second one that was much less dramatic. And then, of course, today we've got the solar eclipse. So these are all the things that we were talking about, Earth changes that are happening. And the whole idea is to not be in fear as you experience these things. These are heralding changes coming with the Earth that we want, we all want. There's good things on the other side of this. So we talked about the idea of viewing it as a wave coming towards you. So you can try to stand in front of it. You can be afraid of it. You can let it take you down, or you can surf it, allow it to take you to another place that's better than where we're standing now. So anything you would like to add to this, Wendy, or?
Just ride the wave, because as I learned last summer when I was learning how to stand up paddleboard, you don't always have to stand up on your paddleboard. You can enjoy sitting on it. You can kneel on it. You can do other things too.
There you go. There you go. Different ways to surf.
Exactly.
Okay. So on between March 23rd and 24th, 2024, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which is people just call NOAA for short, they give a warning they had observed a coronal mass ejection associated with an X class solar flare that hit the Earth between the 23rd and the 24th that caused geomagnetic storms and interruptions in electronic communications. I I didn't know this was coming. While it was going on, I was outside and I looked up at the sun. I mentioned it to my wife. I said, I've never seen the sun look like this. I've never seen it so intense and bright. And I have to say, the sun really has been much more intense than I've ever seen it in my lifetime since then. So, interesting. And then, hot on the heels of that, we experienced a full worm moon lunar eclipse that next day. So a penumbral lunar eclipse, meaning penumbral means you can see the shadow. It took place on the 25th. It was visible to the naked eye as 95.57% of the moon was immersed in the Earth's penumbral shadow, making it the deepest penumbral eclipse since May of last year, and the deepest for North and South America since February of 2017. So that was a significant lunar event directly after a solar event. And then 1 week after that, we experienced Mercury going into retrograde. We've spent some time on this show talking about what Mercury going into retrograde means. And a lot of people notice that it's a time when things tend to go upside down for them. We don't recommend it being as a reason to blame bad luck on yourself, but pay attention. I look at it as usually reminding me to be more patient, less frustrated, and to go with the flow. So when Mercury's in retrograde, I know there's going to be some waves coming my way. So it's a good time to start zigging and zagging, surfing with it. Okay, and then at the beginning of April 3rd, we had some severe weather here on the East Coast. As you can see in the photograph here of Statue of Liberty getting struck by lightning during the severe storm we had on April 3rd. We had severe winds here in Connecticut. We had trees go down, all kinds of stuff like that. The next day, hopefully you can see this okay, there's some strange activity on Mount Etna in Italy, on the island of Sicily. Mount Etna was blowing smoke rings. So this is one photograph of that. So that's one of the things we talked about on March 11th, that it would be earthquakes, volcanoes, maybe some tsunamis. There might have been some tidal waves and so forth throughout the Earth during this time. I didn't keep any record of it, but yeah, here was some very, very weird volcanic activity that took place on April 4th. And then on April 5th, the next day, on the East Coast in Tewksbury, New Jersey, that seems to be where the epicenter of the earthquake was. We had a 4.8 Richter scale earthquake that went from actually parts of Massachusetts into Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, even some parts of Maryland. So it's a pretty wide area that felt it. It wasn't it didn't cause any damage. It was just a rattler. It rattled our house, rattled the cups and saucers, in the cabinets and things like that. People in different places had, I think, things falling off shelves. That was about as bad as it got. And then prior to this, on April 2nd and 3rd, you can see over, if you're watching this either on YouTube or on our website, this is a scan of the Schumann resonance. So just a brief recap of what is that. That's Schumann. There's places all over the world that monitor the Earth's frequency. And typically the Earth's frequency looks more like what you see on the far right, where it's kind of blues and greens with a couple maybe speckles of white, usually not even. But between April 2nd and 3rd, you can see massive amounts of white and green, which means higher frequencies coming from the Earth. So we're not surprised by this. This is what we were talking about on March 11th, that the Earth is going through some birthing pangs, some growing pains, whatever you want to call it. The Earth's vibration is rising. When that happens, that can cause you to feel different. And it can cause you to feel, it kind of nudges the parts of your psyche, your moods that you don't like a lot of times. It doesn't, sometimes it causes euphoria, but usually it causes, it points you to areas that you need to work on. So things like anger, depression, hopelessness, the anxiety, these are things that can tend to come up during a Schumann event, like we just saw. And again, we just say when these things happen, they're here to remind you. They're not here to, give you bad luck or to make you feel terrible just in and of themselves. They're here to remind you that there are some things to work on, some things to let go of usually. So let go of that. What's the root of that depression that you have? What's the root of that anxiety that you have? Typically it's, looking back 10 years from now, you might look at these things that you're holding on to as not worth holding on to, insignificant 10 years from now. So think about it in those terms, let go as best you can. Now is the perfect day, and now is the perfect time to start letting go of these things so you can be less encumbered by these things. And okay, so
you hit the nail on the head, Greg. Anything we can do to just be in the moment and be doing our best to just enjoy the moment and really see that we've got everything we need. And as you said, it's just an opportunity to let go of those things that aren't serving us anymore.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about today. And I'm bringing this up. I just want to kind of breeze through it real quickly because I don't want I don't want any kind of fear involved in what we're talking about today, or speculation too much about what's other than what we're going to talk about here in a minute with a meditation that I would like to lead. So right now, I believe NASA has an experiment going on today. They're shooting some rockets up into the atmosphere to monitor, well, here, let's see what it says. They're shooting sounding rockets that will study the disturbances in the ionosphere created when the moon eclipses the sun. The sounding rockets have been previously launched and successfully recovered during last year's annular solar eclipse. So, I'm hearing all kinds of different things like, oh, this is, NASA's doing something bad. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing some experiments today, probably as we speak. And then the second thing is, I believe I mentioned this in our March 11th, that CERN, which is the Large Hadron Collider, actually CERN is a location in Switzerland. The Large Hadron Collider there, it actually fired up on April 5th. So what is that? It's a 16-mile particle accelerator. So basically what they're trying to do there is accelerate tiny particles and smash them into each other to create a big bang on a smaller scale. And people have looked at that as, maybe that's not a good thing to do, especially on a day like today. But just bringing it up, we don't have to worry about this because we are looking at the bright side of all this. We are looking at this as an opportunity. So, whatever your belief is, if you believe that people in CERN are doing bad things, you believe NASA's doing bad things, we outnumber everybody. The people who want the good things, right? Pretty much, I would have to say a high majority of people who are living on Earth now just want to live and enjoy Earth, enjoy their families, enjoy their friends. and live in a world where they can do that without any interference. So let's put forth these ideas. This is what I'm hearing, that now is a perfect time to put forth our intention being of living in the new world of love and tolerance and peace. So how does that sound to you, Wendy?
That's wonderful. I mean, there's many terms for it. Some people relate to that as the concept of 5D, the fifth spiritual dimension, that higher vibration and frequency. New Earth, there's just many terms for it. But we have to be responsible for creating that and co-creating that.
Yes.
So we've certainly got Earth doing her part and the sun doing its part. Oh my goodness.
Right, exactly.
That's what we're really saying, is just those energies are all there and are moving. So now it's just, what do we, how do we choose to surf that wave?
Yes, I really like what you said there. Instead of us being spectators in this, life is not a spectator sport. Life is full contact, a participatory sport. So we have to, through our intention and through our collective intention, put it out there that this is what we want. So this is what we're doing today. So just a couple of things about today. The duration of the solar eclipse will be from 10 a.m. in Western Mexico to about 4 p.m. Time in Newfoundland, Canada. So right now it is almost 3 p.m. It's 10 of 3 on East Coast time. So I'm not sure. Well, it's almost overhead where I'm in Connecticut, so we don't get to see it directly, but we're going to see parts of it. It's already passed over a very special area. I was watching a podcast with Sasha Stone, and he had assembled a number of indigenous tribes from all over the world, and all of these tribe members had almost the same perspective of what's going on today with the eclipse. In fact, they have gone in person to a place in Mexico called the Zone of Silence, or Zona del Silencio, where if you look on the right, they went to this area, they call it the Earth's navel. It's kind of like a trench about 1,000 feet down. That spot today was the particular spot that where the most time of the eclipse was spent at any single point on the Earth. So 4 minutes and 28 seconds was spent over that spot. So they went there and did their things, with positive intention, like we're going to do here in just a few minutes. So got some good guys doing that, which is great.
That's so perfect, because that's a rebirthing. Because when you think of the navel, I mean, think of the umbilical cord. That's just that point.
Right. And they all said the same thing. Let's not get bogged down in fear. Now, every single one of them said more or less the same thing. This is a time about talking about love. This is a time of appreciating our Mother Earth, sending love to her, and sending love all around the world. This is the type of world we want to live in, a world of love and loving kindness. So fantastic. So Wendy, what I would like to do is lead us on a nice meditation, and I would like to recommend to everyone, and again, these tribal leaders said the same thing. While it's important for us to do this while the eclipse goes overhead, it's also important for us to do this every day for about 40 days. So again, this is kind of like all of us on Earth voting, okay? This is all of us voting for love. So let's stuff the ballot box and do this as many times as you want. So what I recommend is saving, bookmarking this video, coming back to this spot, do this meditation, treat it as a guided meditation, and do it as many times as you can every day for the next 40 days. It's certainly not going to hurt anything. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to make the Earth feel good. It's going to make everybody feel good. And it's kind of putting that ballot in the universal consciousness of this is what we want in terms of an intention.
Wonderful.
Okay. So I know Wendy has already done a clearing and protection. I would like to offer a second one. So I'd like to invoke Archangel Michael, Raphael, Saint Germain, all the guides, guardian angels, healing entities, and non-physical beings who have all of our best interests in mind to provide healing, guidance, and protection for everyone listening to this right now. We are all sovereign beings practicing free will. We do not give permission for anything or anyone to enter our fields, our bodies, our consciousness, our sovereignty, or our lifetimes in any way throughout all time, space, and dimensions. Thank you. Okay, so we'd like to focus right now. And first of all, we just want to give thanks to all the guides and the guardian angels and the beings who are here. So happy that we're doing this right now. The earth elementals, all the beings in support of the earth, in support of humanity are here and letting us know of their happiness and their collaboration today. Thank you. Thank you all. So what I'd like to lead us on is a meditation where we anchor the light. We anchor the light of the Creator to us and to us to the earth. And how do we do that? We do this through focusing right now on the very center of your chest, just behind your breastbone and right in front of your spine. Focus right there. And right now, the guides and the guardian angels are spinning energy around each of us from our left to our right and around our back. If you look down at the top of your head, this is a clockwise, slow spinning that's taking place right now. Bring your focus back to this spot. I call it the God spark spot. Behind your breastbone, just in front of your spine. And there's a spot there that if you look or imagine, there's a white orb of white light coming into your energy field now, into your energy body. It's coming into you from within. This is the kingdom of heaven within. This is the spot where you're connected to the Creator, where you're connected to your higher self. And this orb is bringing in loving white light, love energy, healing energy, light codes that are just perfect for you at this time. So see if you feel your heart opening, the spot in your chest opening, relaxing right now, allowing all of this beautiful, loving energy to come in. And as this energy comes in, the white light gets bigger, the orb gets bigger, it starts to go outside of your body. It starts to get so large that it actually encompasses you, like you're inside of a soap bubble of protection now. White radiant energy is above you, below you, around you. And feel that warmth. Feel that warmth and relaxation that's all inside of you, but also around you now too. These orbs that we're now inside right now, they have a perimeter that protects us from anything that does not serve us. The perimeter or the edge of this bubble that we're in neutralizes interfering energies that do not serve us. So right now, refocus back to this area in the center of our chest and just think right now of anything in your life that you're grateful for, any people. Think of the people that you have just a soft spot for right now, the people who you love. Think of them. This can be a person, an animal, your favorite pet, anything that brings up the love vibration within you right now. So we've got the love going now, but bring it even higher. Think of this being who brings out the love in you right now. Feel that love to the point of tears. Bring that up and let that fill the orb that's you're inside of right now. And as that newer energy fills our soap bubble that we're in, that orb that we're in, we want to send loving energy now to the very center of the earth. from within our bubbles now. Send it from our hearts down into the very center of the earth, down to our mother Gaia, our earthly mother. We give thanks to her. She has blessed us with birthing us. Every being on earth has been birthed by our Mother Earth. We thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you so much for allowing us to walk upon your surface, your face. We give gratitude to your beauty. We support your growth. We support your health. Thank you for supporting our health as well. Very, very good. So just relax now. We're connected to Mother Earth, our love, our hearts, connecting to her in the center of her. And now I'm going to sing two tones. I'm going to play a chime and I'm going to tone. And you can do this if you want. These tones are recommended by the indigenous people as the proper tones that perfect for Mother Earth to hear right at this moment. Thank you, Mother Earth. That is the tone from our root chakras, 256 hertz, the C note. Thank you. We send it to you with our love. And now we send a higher frequency. One more time. You can join me if you want. Beautiful. 528 hertz, the frequency of love. We send this to our mother. We send it to everybody around the world. Now we do one final thing. We visualize ourselves in our orb with our heart chakras in the very center opened up, blinding white light. We bring a shaft of white light straight down from the Creator, touching the tops of our heads, the crown of our heads, going through our pranic tube, which is the 2-inch diameter tube that goes from our crown and out our root. This shaft of light goes down into our crown, down, cleansing and opening our third eye, white light, slowly moving down into our throats, opening our throat chakras, clearing any interfering energies and sending them up to the Creator to be transmuted into love, light, and healing. Moving down, shaft of white light down into our hearts, meeting our hearts with more love, and going down further, down to our solar plexus, the pit of our stomach, clearing that chakra, activating it with love. Going now down to the sacral chakra, down to our pelvis, opening and clearing that chakra with love and white light. And now down to our root, the root chakra, down on the bottom of us, clearing, opening that and activating it. And now sending a shaft of white light from the bottom of us down into Mother Earth, to the center of Mother Earth, the crystalline center. We connect with our mother. And we ask for her energy to rise up through this shaft, up into our root, divine feminine energy, opening further and clearing our root chakra, moving up into our sacral chakra, divine feminine energy, moving up into our solar plexus chakra, divine feminine energy, moving up further into our heart, divine feminine energy, further up into our throats, divine feminine energy, up to our third eye, center of our foreheads, divine feminine energy, and then up into our crown, divine feminine energy, and up, meeting our creator, up, 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 up. And here we are now, connected to our creator, connected to the earth. We are here anchoring the light that we have, the mixture of our divine light with that of the creator and that of the earth, anchoring the earth. We thank all beings. This is what we've come to do on this day and all days that we walk the surface of the earth. Do this as many times as you can to connect your energy with the creator, connect your energy with the earth, the symbiosis of energy that is anchoring the light. Just relax right now and feel these energies coursing through you. Feel your purpose on the earth. Feel the orb around you of protection. We want to thank the guides, guardian angels, healing entities, and non-physical beings who have all of our best interests in mind. Thank you so much for teaching us this procedure. Thank you for participating with us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We want to ask them to allow us to integrate these energies with grace and ease and look after us for the rest of the day with love and protection. So take your time coming back. And thank you. Wendy's got the right idea, drinking a little sip of water to hydrate yourself after something like that. Perfect.
Thank you, Greg. That was really lovely and really powerful. I could feel it's different for everybody. We get what we need during meditations like that, but I could feel my feet get more grounded to earth, and I could really feel it not only in my heart, but there's a lot in my throat with that one.
Excellent.
So thank you.
Yeah, just a reminder, like I said, you can go back to the part of our broadcast today and repeat that, using that as a guide for a guided meditation to go along with that. Again, these indigenous leaders said if we do this for 40 days, it will really, really kind of underline our intentions, that we want to live in a world of loving embrace. So very, very good. All right. Well, Wendy, do you have any other thoughts? Anything you'd like to talk?
I think we're ready to wrap up and just keep that peaceful feeling and keep that love and gratitude going. So please join us May 13th for the next Waking Up Spiritually podcast. You're so welcome to join us in our Facebook group, which has the same name, Waking Up Spiritually, and to visit our website, wakingupspiritually.com, where, as I mentioned, you can go back to any of the previous broadcasts and just search for any topics you might need help with, because perhaps you need help with a daily energy management practice. Maybe you need help with a clearing or with past life energy. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and also find the content there. We so appreciate you rating and reviewing us on Apple iTunes or whatever your favorite podcast app is, because that helps people find us. You can visit Gregg at his website, Gregg Kirk, GreggKirk.com. And you can visit me at my website, which is wendyrosewilliams.com. And on my website, you'll find an events tab. And you're so welcome to join me for a free energy clearing and blessing with Q&A. And there are several dates coming up in May when that's available. And you just need to register, but there's no charge for those. And on May 9th, I'm going to be the speaker for the Wisdom Soup group at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And we'll be talking about how you can stop haunting yourself. Just stop beating yourself up and letting go of the past and just getting, again, really, really present and really enjoying the present moment. So thank you for joining us. It was really an honor to have you here on a really special day. And thank you, Gregg, for all the efforts that you put into today's broadcast, as well as that wonderful meditation.
Thank you, Wendy. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye now.